Guys, spring 2013. It's arrived, guys. It's the 1st of March 2013, or the 2nd of March, or the 3rd. Depends on what date you're watching it on. Today I'm going to be doing the 2013 seasonal outlook ideas for video forecast, starting off with the Brazilian model here on the screen for you today. I'm going to be going through the models, and I'm going to be going through them and explaining what they mean, and I'm going to be doing a summary roundup of what I think it could be going, where the weather could be heading through the spring time. So this is spring forecast really. Models I'm going to be using are the Brazilian atmospheric model, the Russian model, not the Russian model, I should say the Russian atmospheric model, the Jamstek IOD model, and that's a weird model, it's a Jamstek IOD model there, a very good model indeed. The Met Office global forecast model, and the CFS version 2 model, and basically I'm going to be constructing my summary ideas forecast using these various models today, and I could fit in lots of more models, but I've not got the time to do that for you. So as ever, you can go to youtube.co.uk/CassimAmazingWorld to get this video whenever you want it. And also I want to apologise because I've not been making videos recently because I've not been able to do it because of schoolwork and stuff, and I've not been able to basically have the time to construct the video. So let's go on with it then. So basically spring has started. Meteorological spring starts on the 1st of March, and depends whether you follow meteor guidelines, and that mean that you start the spring on 9 AM on the 1st of March, and if you're just using the spring equinox, and that means that your spring starts on the 20th of March, so you've got a longer time to wait, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Because the weather's always going to be rubbish. It's the UK, isn't it? So you have to really wait a long time before any good weather comes your way. And talking about any good weather coming your way, and this seasonal prediction model doesn't say anything fantastic, does it? This is the Brazilian model basically, and this is basically temperature model for March, April, and also May. And what it shows here is higher than average temperatures up to the northwest. Basically, the red colours and the orange colour means that temperatures will be higher than average, and the white colours mean average, really, around average anyway, and the blue colours mean below average. We've got two blue anomalies on this chart. We've got one here stretching up towards the poles. We've also got one here, very interestingly actually, off the coast of Scandinavia into the North Sea, and this would be indicative of some cooler weather around this sort of area here. But also look, the high temperatures up towards Greenland. This could mean blocking as well up to northern parts of Greenland as well, and southern parts, and into parts of Iceland as well, northern western parts of Scotland. And what this is basically saying, that it's going to be cooler towards the southeast, but again slightly milder towards the northwest, especially northwestern Scotland as well. And this could be indicative of a trough actually across parts of Europe as well. This could be bringing unsettled weather into these, and this will be very important as we go through to do the summary of the spring forecast. Now, as I say, it's very uncertain. There's no certainty in the forecast, it's just an ideas forecast, just for fun really. Just doing it for fun, for a bit of a laugh, not a laugh, but just for some fun. Now, this is the Russian model. This is the Russian This is the Hydrometeorological Center of Russia website. This is the forecast model, and this is the probability of a categoric forecast. So you have to look at this chart, and this is basically probability. The blue colours are probability of below normal temperatures, the green colours are high probability of average temperatures, near normal temperatures, and the orange colours, the red colours, are a probability of above average temperatures in the area. See here the probability of above normal temperatures. Well, we've got the greens and the reds, haven't we? We've got the greens and the reds across parts of the Atlantic and the northwest of Scotland. This is basically indicative of higher temperatures here, and also southeast of the country we've got more of the blues here, we've got more of the greens here. Indicative temperatures will be a bit less across southeastern parts of the country. This is backing up the idea of above normal temperatures to the northwest, and below, well, cooler, not below average temperatures, but cooler into the southeast. This is being shown nicely from the Russian atmospheric model as well. And if we move on to the Met Office model, this is the mean surface sea level pressure. This is the sea level pressure rate. This is just a big old block, isn't it, across northern parts, across the north of the United Kingdom. The bottom chart here, this just represents the pressure here. High pressure means the reds and the oranges, as we must have discovered from now, but not almost like that, as we will soon set to be discovering. And see here the oranges, the blues. The blues are to the south of the UK, with the greens as well, and also the reds and the oranges to the north of the UK. This means that blocking will be prevalent across northern parts of the United Kingdom. This is backing up the idea again. Southern parts of the United Kingdom, wet, more settled. The north of the United Kingdom is also going to be dry. This is basically just a roundup of what may happen across the March, April, and May period from the Met Office global model here. This is just saying that we're going to see a lot of extensive blocking right through the period north of the United Kingdom, with a very much retrogressed, not a very zonal pattern at all, so a very easterly dominated pattern. And when we look at the temperatures, well, it's no surprise, is it, to look at the temperatures there, really going to be well into the greens on this temperature anomaly from the Met Office, but I think slightly milder to the northwest of the country. This is very interesting, actually. See how this band of sort of orangey, beigey colours are stretching from Greenland up towards Iceland and up towards the northern, up towards up towards 70 degrees north, well, isn't it? It's really this extensive block area of high pressure here. This is just basically indicative that we're going to see some higher pressure out to the northwest, really, on this 2 metre temperature chart here. High pressure out to the northwest. When we look at the pressure chart, it's no surprise, is it? There is this band of high pressure out to the northwest, and that's basically been well presented by the temperature anomalies too. High temperature out to the northwest and cooler to the southeast of the country as well. It's very cold out towards Scandinavia here. It's cool temperature locked in here, as well as towards southeastern part of England. This is the models basically dealing with the cold air that we've got over the northern hemisphere right now, and trying to put it all together. And what these models are saying now is high pressure out to the northwest, low pressure out to the south and east, with lower temperatures here as well, and possibly more cooler unsettled here with low pressure nearby for quite a while. This is sort of the pattern we've been seeing through the winter as well. High pressure out to the north, low pressure out to the south. So this is some of the pattern we've been seeing through the winter as well. Now this is another Met Office, but this is another categoric forecast model, and this is basically probability of above average, higher than normal temperatures for the period of March, April, and also May. This is issued this month. This is basically latitude. Coming up the side here, this is basically how far east, north and south you are, how far east and west you are. This is a probability that temperatures will be above average for the period of March, April, and May. And when we look at this and say, well, the probability of temperatures being above average in the northwest or lower than the southeast, this is somewhat deteriorating on the ideas, really, of temperatures being higher than average in the north and west and below average towards the south and east. This is somewhat deteriorating the sort of idea, but still, it's probably quite a cool sort of setup in this period as well. And we'll finally look at the CFS model then and see what we can harness from this. We'll look against the extensive this is actually the 2 metre temperature anomalies for the period of March, April and May, and basically the oranges mean above average temperatures at 2 metres above the surface, is basically all temperature, isn't it? And the deeper into the orange with the dark oranges and into the reds, and even some of the nice little greys we've got here across the northern parts of the hemisphere as well. This basically means above average normal temperature, above average temperatures, and the blues mean below average temperatures. See here we've got a little blob of blue, bit of a tongue twister for you there, blob of blue across parts of the Atlantic. But what I want you to notice from this one, what I want you to harness from this one, is basically the extensive orange colours running right up from Greenland up towards Iceland as well, up towards northern parts of Russia and Scandinavia as well, and up towards northern parts of Norway and also Sweden. This is basically indicative of the higher pressure again out to the north and west, with low pressure across many parts of the country. But what this one is trying to say is temperatures could be above average in the southeast. So I don't think it's going to be a particularly cool across the southeast. I think it's going to be more of the rainfall across the southeast that you have to watch out for as well. Temperatures here actually could be near normal for time of year, possibly a bit cooler though. It depends what the pressure chart is saying from the CFS version 2. What is pressure chart saying? Oh, this is not pressure at all. Excuse me. This is the CFS version 2 seasonal forecast for sea surface temperatures. This is the temperature of the sea at the surface, and basically this is going from March, April to May this year. And you can see here that the oranges and the reds again mean above average temperature at the surface, and the blues mean below average temperature at the surface. And what I want you to grab from this one is basically, you see there the blues sort of there across the northern sea. This is indicative of cooler sea surface temperatures here, but again very interesting, these higher than normal temperatures at the surface of the sea across sort of the north of Scotland, basically higher than average temperatures here, stretching back towards Iceland as well, basically to the northwest of the United Kingdom as well, isn't it? So it's building this idea of high pressure out to the northwest, cooler out to the east. Frequency of easterly winds, again indicative. If we go back to the Met Office model, look again, that high pressure out to the north, cool easterly winds. I think we're going to see few frequencies of easterly winds as well, but there's some backup now of more of a westerly flow from some of them all, so we could see these sort of intervals of westerly flow, but also I think intervals of blocking to the north, and also intervals of easterly winds as well, which I don't think will bring much winter weather, but you can't say certain because it's spring now, isn't it? But I think it'll basically make it cooler than average, with particularly precipitation in the south and east, which is also being indicative by these graphs here. Cooler out to south and east, drier, but also a bit milder to the north and west. And also if we look back to the Brazilian model where we started off the video on as well, this one shows it very clearly actually. The high heights out to the northwest, there's high above average temperature here, and slightly cooler to the east as well, with some rain at times here. This looks like a trough pattern as well, as I've already explained. Okay, so we've taken them all into consideration then. What do I think is going to happen? Well, we're just going to write it up for you now to make it a bit easier to digest all the information. Okay. Let's get that in the correct terms for you. Okay, thanks for listening to the forecast. Just wanted to bring it to a close there for you. As ever, you can get all the information. Just go to www.youtube.com/Kasim Amazing. Well, you can get my website details there, all the Twitter addresses and stuff, and also the WordPress stuff as well. So thanks for tuning into the forecast. I just want to thanks really for listening, and you've obviously gone through the whole video, putting up with all the mistakes and stuff through the video as well. So that's basically a summary of the forecast, and the confidence as well. One thing that I forgot to mention is that confidence is also low. Just better add that onto the end. Confidence is low, basically because the frequency of westerly winds and northeasterly winds is up to some debate really. There could be a lot of northeasterly winds, otherwise there could be a lot of westerly winds, so we could see average frequency of both those events, meaning that basically the figures will be more spread out, and basically meaning that it'll be more average and more basically that northwest southeast split will be less dominant if that happens, if we get more frequency of westerly winds and more average frequency. So confidence is rather low, but again the summary is dry out to the northwest, west towards the southeast, average overall. We could see some westerly winds and we could see inversions of northeasterly winds at times with high pressure at Scandinavia. An average precipitation with average temperatures seasonally favoured overall. So thanks for watching. It is the first, second, third of spring, whatever date you are, and the light's just gone out here. The light's just absolutely gone out as well, so let's just try and sort that. The lamp is absolutely playing itself up there. It's back on now. Okay, thanks for watching and see you later.